Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. This is another edition of Changeling. Today we have Theodore calling up some of the other changelings around and being like, yo, let's get together. So we'll go ahead and start with that.
So he would have just he wouldn't even have called Tank. He would have texted Tank. Just like meet me at X Bakery right outside of Baron Dragonsworn's barony.
Awesome. You can immediately head that way. Oh yeah.
And then he would call up Swallow's Hole or whatever contact number he has for him.
Alright. You'll hear the sound of someone picking up the number. And then you'll hear what is undeniably Swallowhole's voice saying, Pennington Mortuary, you stab it, we slab it, how can I help you?
And there's just kind of a pause as Theodore kind of registers that. And then he just keeps going and he says, Swallow's Hole, is that you?
Yeah, what?
So I've got some work for you to do. There might be some slashing, some stabbing, some munching involved, if you're interested.
You know how to talk to him now. Alright, where do you need me?
He'll give him the location of the bakery that they're going to meet at.
Alright. There. He'll hang up the phone before Theodore can say anything else and start heading that way.
So before Theodore himself actually gets ready to leave, he's going to cook up something really quick, like stew or something, in a thermos, and just take that with him. Just like a cup of stew or something that he's sipping as he walks down the street.
Sir, I mean, London is almost always overcast and rainy.
Yeah, I'll head over to the whatchamacallit, the bakery.
Place some good stuff in the thing. Bakery got some dragons in the thing.
Okay.
Hey.
With the big.
Sure. Let's try to make this easier.
He chose the beast! Anyways, so you guys meet up as a base.
Yes. And he kind of just walks in, looks around for the other two.
Swallow's Hole's down the counter just looking at all the cupcakes and whatnot.
You know what? Theodore will buy him a cupcake.
Tess?
Oh, sorry, Brian, go ahead.
We can't hear you. Oh, I think he's reloading because I think his mic messed up.
Yeah.
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
We can't hear Byron.
Yeah, we can't hear him.
Can you... Yeah, I can't hear you either, Byron.
Alright, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, great. Alrighty. What did I miss?
We meet at the bakery, and Theodore is looking around for the other two PCs, which is you and Swallow Soul.
Swell's hole looks like a fucking red cap, and also an asshole. In case that wasn't implied by the red cap. He's also now currently holding a cupcake that Theodore bought for him.
Theodore bought for him?
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yee.
Uh-oh.
I can't wait till tomorrow. Hello again.
Hello!
Yep. I still have a new mic tomorrow. If all goes to plan. This won't be a headache no more.
Gotcha.
Alright, anyway, so what's the plan?
Plan is to go and talk to the Barons. Everybody just met at the bakery.
Awesome. I forgot to figure that.
Why are we meeting with some stuffy nobles?
Because there's a noble who is abusing the commoners and the knights in her barony, and well, we need the support of the other nobles to get her ousted.
And which
It's just not. It's horrible what she's doing.
Baroness is this?
The Baylor, Baroness Ona.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. Alright.
We're going to go and talk.
Sorry.
You're good. We're going to go talk to Baron's Dragonsworn today. Should be easily convinced, I think.
Swallow's hole begins making a face and a gesture like he would rather hang himself than talk to Dragonsworn.
And Theodore just kind of like raises an eyebrow, but Chert like heads out of the bakery, heading towards Dragonsworn's like freehold.
Why?
Swallow's hole will follow in a way that makes it seem like he doesn't want to at all.
Gotcha. Theodore is like not necessarily ignoring it, but more like he knows and he just really like isn't gonna let him get out of it sort of way.
Mm.
So you guys get there. Everything's like normal, as per usual. There's goblins running around in their little market.
And Theodore will just like wave one of them down and ask if the Baron is around.
Nathan left.
Yes, but is Baron Dragonsworn around?
We don't care about him.
I didn't ask if you cared about him. I asked if he was around.
Yeah. And what's your
Yes, the
tongue?
Baron was around.
What? Sorry, I missed what you said, Kim.
The little goblin responds. He asked if the Baron was around.
Theodore will just roll his eyes and go looking for the Baron himself.
Rude little creatures, aren't they?
Oh,
They have their uses.
They have some illegal but useful stuff sitting around. In fact, you're pretty sure one of those dudes has a bag of fairy dust on him.
Theodore's not going to say anything, but he takes note of that.
you guys go on ahead. I'm gonna look around here and make sure there's nothing that they shouldn't have.
I'm gonna
go
make.
roll manipulation subterfuge.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll empathy or to see through that bullshit.
Yeah.
Perception. Let me guess
Yeah.
know if you have any merit, otherwise it's standard.
Yeah, I mean, natural leader doesn't apply to this.
Give me 1 second. I'll roll my empathy.
Now,
Alright, Joey.
so Tiger.
Yeah.
Actually, this is a Kim question because I have the book open. I can look at the kiths. I hate to be that dick, but
Oh yeah, fuck. You're
would
right.
would the bad attitude frailty
I
apply?
would imagine so.
Frailty. Let me read it right
Because
quick.
it's like nobody trusts fucking red caps and shit. The only time that they don't get a minus on their social rolls is if they're intimidating. And he is not currently intimidating. I think.
Right. What do you need me to roll now for this? It'd be what?
It will be perception empathy.
8. Yay.
Yeah, that would apply.
5.
Alright, can you guys beat no successes?
I don't know. Let me
Oh,
see. I
wait.
might.
That's difficulty 8. You botched.
So I didn't. This one's mine. Okay.
Oh, okay. I just saw the one.
No, that's not mine.
I thought
I have a whole 1 success.
That's enough.
Is it a bunch of bullshit, Tiger?
It is, in fact, a bunch of bullshit.
I see a 0, read you 0.
Technically, you're the defender, so.
Hank believes him.
Theodore just raises an eyebrow and says, "No, I think if we do that, we're going to do that as a group. Why don't you come with us?" And the way he phrases that, it is not a question.
Let's see. They'll trust me more because I'm a red cap, whereas you're a troll, and I'm gonna try and roll that manipulation subterfuge again.
I'm gonna roll that perception empathy.
Give me 1 second. No, I'm still unaware.
So,
God damn it!
If he botched, but I got no successes, do I still read through it?
Yes. The only way you would have been able to read through that is if you had watched yourself.
Tank did.
Yeah, no clue going on right now.
Tank still believes him.
It's happening all over again, Tiger.
From your perspective, this red cap is being like completely honest with his intentions, and you don't know why Theodore's giving him such a hard time.
I know, right? He's just an asshole, Theodore. I mean, come on. He said, "Give the little guy a break."
Theodore just looks at Tank with a very serious expression on his face and says, "He ate a squire. He's not getting a break." Then he points at, and he just makes like a come hither motion with his finger at Swallow's Hole. Let's go.
Can I get a perception alertness from both of you?
Oh, god damn it.
He's doing
That's a lot. Oh, fuck. So ducks.
That's 3 successes.
Okay. I'm gonna wait for Byron to make his roll.
Two successes. Wait, hold on. Did my 10 count? Did, Vigilant count?
not really in a like dangerous situation. Unless you count the goblins. Unless you're trying to be like hyper particular about the goblins, then you would, but
Honestly, my character does not like the goblins, but generally there's no threat to. They don't seem like a threat to him, so.
Okay. So, whenever Theodore mentions that that Swallow's Hole ate a squire, you guys will hear him grumble, only one that you guys know of.
Theodore's just going to raise an eyebrow and say, I'm going to pretend I didn't hear that, or else I have to kill you.
Yes, no, don't pretend I didn't hear that.
Didn't hear what?
Exactly.
And then Theodore's going to turn and walk, and he's going to, again, gesture for Swallow's Hole to follow him.
He'll let out a loud, exaggerated sigh and follow.
And so he's
playing this character.
I can tell. Theodore is literally going to just walk through the barony yelling for Baron Dragonsworn until he shows up. And if he starts taking sorry.
I mean that's one way to get his attention.
If it takes like more than half an hour of doing this, Theodore's gonna start saying that he's challenging him to combat to get his attention.
Swallow's Hole will follow suit, but instead of calling for Baron Dragonsworn, he'll call for Baron Dragon Dildo.
Oh my God.
So,
I'm gonna look at him and go, you need to show a little bit more respect, lad.
Why the fuck should I show respect? What did this fuckboy do?
Just
so
look at him.
you one of the like night hears you guys in the Baron and he's just like in the castle. Where he always is.
Why?
Cause he's always there, so that makes him
Why?
easy to find. Are you happy with that answer?
No. I'm never happy.
Ignore him, Sir Knight. He's never happy. Ever.
Whoop-de-doo.
Theodore's just
I'm not a
Theodore's-
red cat.
Not yet, you're not.
What does that even mean?
Don't worry about it.
Theodore is just going to look at this knight and say, well, it would probably be common knowledge if I lived in his barony, but given that I don't, it probably should be made a little more public.
He's gonna sidle up to the knight and say, that's troll talk for stop being an asshole.
Oh, it's not. Be polite.
Like I said, I know you guys had, this is a she knight, right? I know you guys had that chip and all. Just trust me on this.
On the body.
Did you say they'll never find the body, Byron?
I think
that was Byron.
Yeah.
it was! Don't get no frustrated with a second.
But yeah, Theodore just has his arms crossed, looking at this knight, waiting for him to take them to the Baron.
I mean, you really want me to hold your hand? He's like, just that way. And he points at the castle.
Maybe I do. Maybe I feel safer.
Holds up his hand.
So, what?
So apparently, the She Knight is holding the Red Cap's hand and leading him to the castle.
What Theodore is gonna do is he's just gonna pat this She Knight on the shoulder like 3 times using like his full strength and say, "Thank you for your amazing guidance," and walks off before he starts leading Swallow's Hole that way.
Swallow's Hole doesn't let go of his hand. He's got strength of Atlas and a strength score of 4, so he's probably just dragging along the She Knight.
Are you trying to erase Theodore?
No, he's following Theodore. He's just dragging along the knight too.
I mean, this knight ain't no wimp.
Do we need to do opposed strength checks?
Like, he's not resisting. He's just like, what the fuck is going on right now? Because he offered his hand sarcastically.
At a character, Kim, I think that's literally every knight we ever interact with as a group. Like, they're just like, what the fuck is going on?
Who are you assholes?
Team asshole, go! I'm gonna call the group now, Team Asshole.
That's too perfect.
It works really well.
So,
It works. Sorry.
He's going to look at you and he specifically is looking at the Red Cap. So you know your ability to eat anything?
Yeah.
Is there like a limit to the amount you can eat?
Oh, is he asking that? Is he asking me that? Okay.
Yeah, so she is asking you that. Like a concerned parent would ask.
No. Why?
Oh, I think you'll see.
Okay. I'll sit on that. I'll get up here and see what I can see on.
Okay.
You should be made.
You can change it. Okay. So, so you guys get to the castle. The Baron is just like lying in the middle of the floor reading a book. There's this kid just jumping up and down on his back, and the Baron is just doing his best to try and ignore it.
He's gonna look up at the knight. And he's actually gonna look a little disgusted. Do you want me to eat the kid? What the hell's wrong with you?
No, you don't understand.
I don't. Why would you want me to eat the kid?
I'm not asking you to eat the kid.
What? What?
I've never really interacted with Red Caps, and he points Ichu, childling. And
That's an issue.
You don't see the issue.
No, but I see the issue.
Okay, he was experimented on by the Shadow Court, and he has birthrights from other kids.
That's fucking weird.
Including Red Caps.
What the fuck?
So I was just trying to figure things out, because we're kind of all raising him together. And he's a little bit crazy, and I don't blame him, but...
Sorry, I misunderstood.
Oh.
He's just explaining this to the Red Cap.
What do you want me to do about it?
I was just asking questions. I was just trying to understand the kid better.
Well, fucking... So I can help you understand one aspect of him, but that's one aspect. It's a fucking kid. There's gonna be so much more. I don't know nothing about no child raising.
The kid runs up to you, staring at you.
So,
He doesn't answer.
you want a rock? I got a rock.
Just stares at you,
It's a shiny rock.
unresponsive.
I'll hold up the shiny rock.
He picks the rock.
So did this kid talk at all?
No. As far as you guys are aware, he hasn't said anything since he's been rescued.
Theodore's just going to pat the kid on the head once, gently, and then walk over to the Baron.
Who is now relieved to have a moment of peace. While this kid is staring at the red cat.
So, question. Is this guy wearing any sort of house heraldry?
In character, yes. Out of character, I haven't figured out which house that is yet. Oh, is there a thing for houses? I know there was a thing we were looking at where it was like a whole bunch of. Where's the houses? Actually, he's House Liam.
House Liam?
Mm-hmm.
Wait.
So Theodore is going to walk up. He's not going to get too close. He's going to walk up within fairly close distance, but not too close. So he's just going to say, "I have a proposal for you."
So, look up.
You forgot the ring.
I mean, I agree with him. You did forget the ring if you're going to propose. Don't expect any sex, though. I'm not that kind of guy.
He looks at the red cat, or not the red cat, he looks at the she and says, "You're not my type anyways."
Oh.
Is the dude like a blonde or brunette?
He is brunette.
He says, Theodore just says, "I prefer the blondes." And then he continues on to say, "So, your house, Liam, used to be a respectable house. Used to be a big deal back in the day, right?"
Yeah, I thought you had an actual reason to be here.
Well, from what I understand of your house, you guys like to pretend you're all, close to humans and stuff, right? For the she?
Mm. We protect the humans from... Sorry, I keep getting distracted. No. We're not, close to humans. We protect them.
Oh, so you protect them. So, what about Faye? Do you protect Faye? Or is it only humans?
Mostly.
Well, what if I told you that one of your very own brethren, and he indicates the whatever sign of office the Baron has, is actively harming at least the knights in her barony, and almost certainly the commoners and the humans in her barony? What would you say to that?
Are you talking about Ona? I'm pretty sure that's who you're talking about.
I mean, I'm certainly not talking about any of the other baronets or baronesses.
I mean,
Like,
for one, there aren't any commoners in her barony. It's just her and her sworn whatchamacallits. I don't know what they are.
Light snacks.
I mean, that is fair. She is a recap. She might be eating them too.
Theodore just kind of pauses for a second. And then he looks around to see if is there still the one knight with the issue child in there.
Well, as long as the Easter child is still just staring at the recap, holding on to the shiny rock.
Still have that muffin. Go ahead, cupcake. Let me give him the cupcake.
He doesn't take the cupcake.
You don't want to eat the cupcake? Good. Sugary goodness.
He doesn't like candy, says the knight next to you.
It's not candy, it's a baked good.
Candy does like candy? What madness is this?
He likes sticks. I'll like check his pockets and pull out twigs that he's been picking up for the kid, and the kid just grabs them and slowly munches on them while staring at this red cap.
The hell?
I like him. He understands the hunger.
I mean, yeah, that's why I was asking you about it.
So Theodore looks back from them, happy that they are successfully distracted, and he looks back to the Baron and says, "A number of the other barons and baronesses are growing tired of Baroness Ona. They're working together, getting to make a move to the counts to petition them to allow an investigation of Ona's barony. I was sent here to see if you would be interested in joining this coalition, so to speak."
Yeah, sure. No problem.
I'm gonna make a perception empathy roll on that,
Okay.
just in case. 1 success.
Alright. His emotion. Fucking finally.
Theodore nods and then just says, "We've got work to do, so I'll be seeing you." He raises an eyebrow as he says that, making it clear that it's a question.
Yeah, sure. I'll see what I can whip up at the local market. You guys should definitely stop by there. I mean, their prices are outrageous, but you can't get their items anywhere else.
I suppose. He'll nod, back away 3 steps, and then turn to leave.
So also will start to follow.
I'll bow to the Baron and follow.
The kid starts following you three.
Theodore just reaches a hand out to the kid.
Yeah,
He opens his mouth and starts leaning towards your hand.
No,
Theodore-
no.
Theodore is going to just reach down, like gently take one of the kid's hands and put it in his hand to show him like what he wants to show him what he was offering, while saying no, not for eating.
Are you sure not 100% you? One of yours? Is it the
I
Red
mean,
Catma?
does he look gray-skinned, short, and ugly?
No.
No, but it could be disguised. 100% he's you. 100% sure he might be related to you.
I mean,
Well, in manners, I mean.
look, kid, you got the gift, you got the hunger. I understand it's hard to deal with. Can't follow us though. We're going dangerous places.
I mean, the night was. He likes to wander around the barony. He doesn't usually go outside the wall.
I'll be right back. I gotta go grab some water off the line.
So everyone will be banging even if we do.
Yeah, he'll just wander back in.
Okay.
Betty, well, he's got the red cap thing going on. He also has, like, this weird thing where he can climb walls with just, like, the flats of his hands. It's really creepy to see him staring down at you from the ceiling when you wake up in the middle of the night.
Sounds awesome.
Did the child not sleep?
I'm sorry, Byron, I didn't hear you out of character.
Did the child not sleep?
I mean, he'll nap for like an hour, but as far as we're aware, not really.
Weird.
I am back.
Welcome back.
So what you miss is the kid can climb walls from like the flats of his hand. And he only sleeps for like an hour and he's good.
Also, apparently he won't leave the barony. He'll just kind of wander back to go outside the walls.
So Theodore's just gonna nod and then just keep going on his way when he finds out that the kid can't follow them out of the barony.
Alright. Go.
So where to next?
Let's go to the Dougal Baroness next.
Alright. So yeah, like once you guys get to the edge of the barony, kind of just looks at you, climbs up the wall in that really creepy. Do you know those demon child things they like to display in like horror movies?
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of similar to that.
Gotcha.
When he climbs up the wall. And he just watches you guys leave.
Yeah, Theodore's going to ignore him once they're past the wall. He's on a mission.
I wave goodbye.
He just stares.
Neat. Creepy child.
And yeah, off to the Dougal Baroness's barony we go.
Yeah, you guys get there pretty easy. This is the main place for the changeling market.
Okay.
Mostly knockers, like 90% knockers. High quality goods, all handmade.
All right.
You find the Baroness Street. She's got a big old flag that you can see.
She's got a big what that we can see?
Flag.
Okay, what's it a flag? Oh, is it like her baronial flag?
Yeah.
Okay. And Theodore's just gonna head to where he can see the flag.
She's selling a bunch of clothes.
She's sewing clothes, you said?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, Theodore's just gonna stand and wait for her to acknowledge him.
She'll look at him. Business, or pleasure?
Business tonight.
Tank just covers his mouth and says nothing.
Yes.
You want a hat?
What my hat? Here's another one. Got a hat for my hat.
Just lets a finger start sewing really quick with her like mechanical needle fingers. And she makes a hat for your hat.
Hell yeah. Is it also red?
Yes.
Hell yeah.
It's got like a little thing where you can put a button in so it doesn't just fall off.
He puts the hat on top of his hat and puts the button in.
I have no clue who you are.
My name is Swall Soul. I hate a squire.
Oh yeah, I remember hearing about you. So what can I do for you guys today?
Theodore's just gonna take a quick look around to make sure like nobody's like eavesdropping.
You're in a barony full of knockers, not boggins.
Okay. So he's just going to nod and say, a number of the barons have concerns about the Baroness Ona. They are thinking of making a petition to the counts to have her barony investigated for crimes of violations of the Ashit and abuse of her subjects. I was sent to see if you are willing to join in such a coalition.
She'll pause, thinking. Baroness Ona is an incredibly smart person.
Incredibly smart she may be, but she does not have the combined political power of the rest of the barons and baronesses. And he says, with just placing his hand on the head of the mace on his side, even the smartest person isn't so smart when their brains are smeared across the pavement, if you catch my drift. He is still there?
Uh-huh. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Tiger, Kim? If you guys are talking, Tiger, Kim, I can't hear you.
Okay. Okay, hear
Their internet went out. They'll be back in a second.
me. Alright, folks. Technical difficulty again.
Yes. As long as they're back in like 10 minutes, the hangout won't shut off, so
Oh, crap.
it'll be good.
Good. Ooh.
So yeah, they'll be back in just a second. So I'm gonna take this chance to run and grab my sandwich. So I'll be right back.
Alright. I really need a break. I kind of over music tripping up for things like this. I'm just thinking out loud apparently.
We are back.
Welcome back. You went to go grab a sandwich. So Joey will come back.
I'm back.
Yay!
Perfect timing.
Sorry about that.
I got you. So yeah, the last thing that we heard was, Theodore had just said that even the smartest person isn't so smart when their brains are splattered across the pavement, if you get what I mean. And then we didn't hear anything from you guys.
Alright. So repeat that one more time.
So Theodore patted the head of his mace and said, even the smartest person isn't so smart when their brains aren't on their head anymore, if you get what I mean.
It cut out like in the middle of that sentence.
God damn it. Here, I'll type it in the side chat.
Okay, word.
Yes, that is what he said.
And she's just, honey, you're going up against Baylor. If you're going against her, you're gonna do that.
You guys broke up really bad, Kim. I'm sorry.
Sorry. Test.
That's much clearer.
Okay, go.
Alright. She's just like, honey, don't forget, she's House Baylor. If you're gonna go up against her, you're gonna need something better than that.
It served me well so far.
I mean, they're warriors. Like, I'm pretty sure they undergo some freaky ritual that gives them, like, Fomorian blood, and it's just, like, it makes them, like, ugh.
I could eat them.
You can try.
It might actually have a foul taste. Even for you.
If it comes to a battle, there may be great warriors, but we still have the advantage of numbers.
Yeah, sure.
And if it comes to the worst, if the worst comes to worse, even the greatest warriors cannot stand before the wrath of the dreaming. Sorry?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Tiger's mom was talking to us. I mean, if she was breaking the sheet, the rest of the dream would have already came down.
Perhaps. Or perhaps... Oh, sorry, you go ahead, Byron.
Perhaps you said that he's clever. Perhaps he found a ability or a way to keep everything as if nothing is going on. To put the rule over our eyes, as one would say.
The thing is, she can't pull the wool over the eyes of the dream.
The dreaming isn't... He thinks from what he says, that's not quite what I meant, that the dreaming itself would punish her. I was referring more to the act of unleashing.
That's fair.
If worse comes to worse.
Or I could eat her.
You're just really itching to eat somebody.
I'm hungry.
You're always hungry.
Shut up.
That's your secret.
It's not a secret.
It is if you got a big enough imagination.
I guess.
It'd be like the Incredible Hulk. He's always always angry. He's just always hungry.
I can be both. I'm
Oh, you
king.
don't turn big and green though.
You don't know that.
It would be entertaining though. Would we call you the Incredible Months then?
Maybe.
Like that. Regardless.
Look, wait, you gonna help us or not? Because if not, we need to know so we can stop wasting our time and go talk to other people. And if so, we need to know so we can stop wasting our time and go talk to other people. Either way.
Sorry. If it helps, we do have the support of Baroness Nessa.
That does help.
In fact, she is the one I would say is leading this push.
Alright, and who's going to pay for the weapons that I provide? Well, of course it would be discounted. We still need money to keep things rolling.
I'm sure that would be something to discuss with Baroness Nessa, as she is the one in charge of that sort of thing. I'm simply the messenger, so to speak.
Alright, I'll discuss it with her then.
And he inclines his head. And then he just gives a short bow and says, "Now, if you would be so kind as to forgive us, we have other business to attend to."
Yeah, Theodore. She's like looking at Theodore. Like you could tell she's kind of measuring him with her hand. Like, yeah, sure.
I'm gonna roll a perception empathy on that with uno success.
She's basically just measuring you up, literally.
Oh, okay. He will just file that information in the back of his head as he backs away to start leaving.
Just rumble fucking finally under his breath as Swallowful moves to follow.
Out of character, who was Baron Nanikione again? I cannot remember.
She is the Scatha, Baroness.
Okay.
Oh. Well, you know the location of her barony. It is known that she is incredibly difficult to find.
Okay. So we've talked to Boom. Talked to Strong. Talked to these three. We've gotten. So next we're gonna head. He's gonna head to Baron McKenna's barony, which, if memory serves, she is, I think, the Ilel. I think.
Let's see.
I'm heading over to the section to go look. No venue questions. That's not the right
Did you read
section.
anything? Yeah, no, didn't I?
No, she's the Danan. Okay.
Did it has? Sorry.
So yeah, he's going to head over that way.
So I'll be walking, and he can look at you guys. So did it have to be? What? Is there some way maybe we can talk this out?
At this point, I don't think talking it out is going to do much. She's scarring them. She's scarring those in her service.
He actually looks. Oh God.
Which
He looks really. Oh, what that word for it? Out of it.
if the manner in which she's scarring them makes me think she has something bigger to hide, I don't think any amount of conversation is going to change this.
I understand that. But I've been to one Sainting war, and I really don't want to do that again.
You do not need to fight if you wish. You can do other things to contribute without fighting. It may not even come to a war.
It might just be some kind of like attempt at an honorable duel, which you'll inevitably try to cheat or something.
And then I will kill her. Or someone will kill her, regardless.
Point is, she'll be fucking dead,
That'd be nice.
and I'll have a snack.
Uh, uh, the Baroness you previously talked to mentioned something about Fomorian blood.
So
Mm-hmm.
what the fuck? I'll eat anything, and anyone. So I'm falling little bitch.
That could be dangerous.
If it were dangerous, I'm sure another red cap would have tried it and already said something. Spread the word.
If he survived.
Regardless, Fomorian blood doesn't make one less dead once they are killed.
Oh dear.
Let's call it difficulty 8 since she is from Japan and she's
I botched.
okay.
God damn it, Tiger.
Fine.
So what you know about Baronona? She is very beautiful. She is very kind. She doesn't grow poison plants in her garden at all. I mean, you never really heard of her fighting? Or being able to fight well at all? Even if it comes down to life and death?
He's just gonna keep that information to himself because he thinks it'll be funny.
Alright.
Besides, sorry.
You said Baron McInnes?
Yes.
Alright. So yeah, she's there. Reading. He looks up at you.
Baroness.
Hello.
Lady Baroness. Pink bows.
What up?
Damn it.
Baroness, I was wondering if you had a moment to speak with us.
Hey. I was wondering when you guys would make your way around to me.
I'm gonna perception empathy that.
Alright.
If I can actually type. 3 successes?
That's kind of just a matter of fact statement. Like, she knows that they're going down. I'm kind of around to her.
So are you in or not?
I haven't decided.
Is there something that would help you make your decision?
Hmm. Let me take a look at her sheet. Um, with great change comes great responsibility.
Can I make a... I'm gonna look at my sheet so I can see what... If I even have the dots to roll this before I ask, since it's a knowledge.
Intelligence Enigma?
That's what I was thinking. I just had to make sure I had some. Yeah, can I roll intelligence enigmas
Go
to
for
try
it.
and interpret that? I'm gonna spend. Can I spend a willpower on this?
Go ahead. Uh, difficulty. We'll call it 7.
Huh?
I will also spend willpower.
2 successes.
Good thing I spent that willpower. I got 1 success because of willpower.
It would have been without.
-1 because it was a 9 and a 1.
Alright. You said 2 successes?
Yes.
Think she's hinting at something? Swallow. You just
Not sure
can't
what it
quite
is.
put your finger on it. Like, you're getting the hint, but you're having difficulty understanding it.
If it would make it easier to speak clearly, then I can speak to you in private. Pretty words are useless in effective society.
Oh, I haven't gotten to you yet. That was just what Tiger got was 1 success.
Oh, sorry. Sorry.
You're good. Do you think that she might be referring to a power vacuum? But you're not sure which one she would be referring to.
He's going to actually sit down, like cross his legs and sit down in front of her, and just like look her in the eyes very earnestly and say, "Are you worried about the potential issues that removing the Baroness could cause?" If it would make you more comfortable saying, I can take an oath not to speak of anything that you say to me in this conversation outside of when you give me permission.
I can also take an oath. And maybe we can convince the Red Cap to also.
I'm not worried about oaths or secrecy.
Then what?
However, I heard there was interest. And the Barony position?
He nods.
Position.
He nods and says, "You don't agree with the people interested in those positions."
They want to affect change, but they're not sure how to apply it.
You'll make another perception or wits, or not wits, intelligence enigma roll,
Right.
if that's okay. 1 success.
Well, she's basically saying, well, people want to do things to change things. They don't really know how to, so everything just stays the same.
He kind of looks at her and says, "Perhaps others do not know how to affect change. But I and my companions are a far sight more determined to affect this change than others might be. And determination is a vital factor in these things."
If you say so.
And he's just kind of watching her with one eyebrow raised.
Certainly. It'll be interesting to see what happens.
He just kind of watches her, tilts his head to the side, and says, "Your position is noted."
I did not state which position I have taken.
And that in of itself states something about your position.
She kind of does an hand gesture.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry. Whatever.
Oh, Tank just stands there confused.
Who do you have on your side thus far?
He's going to look at her and say, "All but two of the Sealy Barons. One of the other Unseelie Barons.
Change of pace would be good for us.
Sorry, can you,
It's foolish to make an enemy of each other while there is a bigger enemy at hand.
what bigger enemy are you referring to?"
The same, of course.
He thinks for a second and says, "Just because she is a lesser evil than an antiquated system of morality that has somehow made manifest does not mean that she should be given free rein or ignored. I know you and our cousins of the Winter Court do not take the same view of morality as my people do, but I ask you this. Your court values freedom. She is taking away the freedom of those in her service by maiming them as such. Is that something that your court is willing to support?"
I've seen the contracts they center their own pretty well.
Can you say that one more time, Kim, out of character?
Sorry. She said, that she's seen the contracts that they sign and they sign of their own free will.
Even a whipped dog can learn to love the lash.
I never said anything about them loving it.
And that wasn't the whole point of the quote either. And may I ask, when did you see the contracts that they signed?
They were presented to us of all of that when we overthrew Dartmouth.
I'm gonna roll perception empathy on that because I do not believe her. One success.
He is telling the truth.
Him?
We were presented with a situation where we could not accomplish overthrowing this particular tyrant without the help of such a skilled warrior as herself. She's even more skilled than Ignis. And she came up with a contract saying that she would be granted a barony in return for her work, and that she would have her followers sign of their own free will a contract, and she presented that as well.
He nods slowly and says, "Very well. I'll tell you what, Baroness. My companions and I will give you 3 days to deliberate. We will return after those 3 days and receive your position. Is that enough time for you to deliberate?"
Sounds good to me.
He will nod and stand up. And he says, "If you have no position by then, you understand how we will see that, yes?"
I mean, you're just a knight, and I'm a baron. What are you going to do about it?
He smiles and he says, "That's exactly what they said during the Accordance War." And then he turns and walks out.
Tank frowns, nods her, and walks away.
Also just kind of shrugs as he walks away.
Where is Tank Day Ring? Or which house did he pick? Out of character, which house did Tank pick?
Byron, you there?
Huh? Yes. Hear me?
Yes.
Right. Sorry. What did she say?
Which house is
Tank?
Yeah.
A house Seswick?
house what?
Can't pronounce it.
There is it the Russian one?
Sastix?
Scatha.
Safa.
Yeah.
Alright.
Why?
Byron, you would know where Baron Nani might be. Possibly.
Alright. I think I may know he is. Possibly, maybe.
All right. Theodore's waiting until they're out of the barrier to say this. We'll keep that in mind for another night. For now, I feel like I should report back to Baroness Nessa. Swallows, mind if we have a private conversation for a second?
Sure.
And he'll just kind of not necessarily pull him into an alley, but just kind of guide him into somewhere where they have privacy. And he's gonna make sure he takes away from Tank because he knows Tank is pretty honorable, and this is what he's going to talk to Swallows about is not very honorable. And he's going to just say, "You have a gang, right, Corby? Whatever they call them."
Yeah. Why?
Do you have any particular influence in the underworld of the city?
I mean, I don't. One of them, I can ask.
I'm thinking we may need some specialized weaponry, if you know what I mean.
Gotcha. I'll see what I can figure out.
I'll nod, I'll say. If nothing else, we're going to need everything we can get, from what I'm hearing of this Baroness. Oh, this Baroness Ona. She seems to be quite the nasty customer. If you can provide adequate assistance to the effort to bring her down, I will speak to Baroness Nessa about lifting your geas ahead of time, perhaps.
He gives a thumbs up.
And he'll nod. Just not necessarily pat him on the shoulder, like gently, but just like once and then go back out to where Tank is.
Welcome back. Hey, just in there waiting. Kind of softening his feet a little bit.
Sorry about that, Tank. I hope you weren't unduly troubled by waiting for us.
Oh, not at all. Just thinking, honestly.
Yeah, he'll nod and say, "Well, I'm going to go head back and report to the Baroness. So, if you wish to, you are welcome to join me."
So, I got nothing better to do. And he'll quietly follow you back to the Baroness.
Is Swallow's Hole coming with him, Tiger?
Nah, he's gonna fuck off somewhere else.
Gotcha.
Fuck you. Doo-doo-doo. Asshole Sword unite.
So yeah, we don't necessarily have to play through that if you don't want, Kim. But he's just gonna go back and basically report to Baroness Nessa who all he's gotten to agree and who they still have to talk to, and that Baroness McKenna's on the fence, and that he has a feeling that she is not quite convinced. He feels like she's gonna stay neutral in this. It's not gonna lie, I'm starting to drift off a bit. So,
Alright. There is an unsurprised reaction when you bring up what Burr McKenna has said. Yeah, she's kind of hard to pin down, but she likes to make people wait.
I gave her an ultimatum. 3 days, my companions and I would return. If she did not have an answer by then, her indecision would be an answer in of itself.
I do not believe you're in a position to make threats to barons.
No, it wasn't a threat. It was merely a statement of, if she cannot make a decision by then we would simply see her have made the decision of siding against us. She doesn't necessarily know that you may not think that, but it's a bluff.
I honestly hope you know what you're doing.
Oh, I don't know what I'm doing at all. I'm just winging it.
Well, we'll call it there. Thank you, players, for playing. Thank you, watchers, for watching. This has been Changeling and Murder on a lot of circles and politics, and it's been fun.